This is the video of the dog. Their dog's getting in my yard when my kids were outside playing.
Braylon, go over there, get Braylon. Go over there, get Braylon.
Is this tree again?
Hey, you guys.
Go get Katie. Go get Braylon.
Braylon?
Go over there and get Braylon. Go over there and get Braylon.
Braylon,
Y'all gotta come get your dog.
It's alright. Y'all gotta come get your dog out of my yard. Take pictures of him. It's alright.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but you guys gotta come and get your dog out of my yard. I was outside with the kids. I'm always, either me or my husband are always outside with the kids. That's one fucking weird thing that the lady said in court was, she said that her teenage kids have to keep an eye on my kids because we let them go out by the fence, like by the street, and play in the street. I'm like, I have a closed fenced yard, a fenced in yard. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy to me that the judge went based on here what this lady said, and just, I don't know. I think at some point, because of how emotional I was and how I guess I was presenting myself, I think the judge just kind of was like, I'm not going to take her seriously anymore. And it's frustrating because before we went, before I put a CPO against her, she actually tried to put a CPO against me and my husband based on a bold-faced lie, saying that my husband threatened to beat her up or something like that. And, like, you know, that's one of the things I did. I brought the police report in where it said no threats were made, because I record all outside time because she's tried to put my husband in jail before. And so I record all outside time. And it was noted on the document, on the police report, that no threats were made. So it was we were pretty much there for no reason. And she had like 6 character witnesses with her at the time, and they all came in one by one and just told how amazing of a person she was, and nobody mentioned anything about her being afraid of us. And that's the whole point of putting a CPO against a person, is because you're fearful, you know, like when your kids are outside playing, you know, and get a little too close to the fence line, and a grown adult man comes out and starts banging really loudly right next to where your kids are playing, or slams the door extremely loudly right next to where 2 little babies are playing, like stuff like that. Like that's the purpose, you know. So, but that's not why she put a CPO against us. She tried to put a CPO against us for, the only thing I can think is to silence me, because I was running my mouth about her overgrown child son slamming his truck door super fucking hard right next to where my kid was playing at the time. And, like, now that's freedom of speech. If I want to talk to my husband about something that just happens, if I'm in my own yard, and then you go and put a CPO against a person because you don't like what they're saying, a lie about what was being talked about, I guess. And I don't know, this time, like, when I went to put the CPO against her and her husband, I wanted to put one against the whole family, but it was a lot. And she brought the same witnesses, except there was an additional neighbor that she brought with her this time. And this specific neighbor I have on video harassing me with her. So I'm like, bring her on, you know. But when they try to walk in with her into court. And, like, you know, we've been through this before, so, you know, you have to just kind of wait for the judge to call everyone one by one, your witnesses one by one, you know, or whatever. Well, they all walked in together after standing in the hallway and literally harassing me in open court. Like, not open court, but, you know, like when you're in the waiting area or whatever, outside the courtroom. Not really, I guess, harassing. If you're following me around the fucking area and talking shit, like, so I can hear you very clearly. I don't know. But anyway, when they followed her in, she was like, the judge, I will give kudos to the judge, because she was like, if these people are here just to tell me how amazing of a person you are, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it this time. We're going to stick to the facts, so I thought she was going to be like kind of on my side, but everything turned because I got emotional. I got pissed because she would not stop talking, like, while I was talking. So, like, I know you're not supposed to speak. You're not supposed to speak. And that was disrespectful for me to even speak to her in that judge's courtroom. And I feel bad about that. But she would not stop speaking while I was speaking. So I turned around and was like, excuse me, I'm trying to speak. Do you mind? Like, but I don't know. I fucked up so bad in that courtroom. But anyway, like, what I was trying to say, though, I just got completely off topic, is that we've been through this before because she tried to put a CPO against us. And when she tried to put a CPO against us, I brought in all my evidence, and I showed like a bunch more evidence that would have warranted a CPO for us, because the first thing was, as soon as she put the CPO against us, her kid threw a fucking rocket, his friend throw a rocket at my camera. That was number one. That was like the day after the CPO was filed or was handed to us. We were served. My husband was served with it. That was the day after that. And then she had her camera positioned in a very creepy way, like in her fence, to where it was like kind of peeking at us. It was fucking weird. And I'll post that too, but I don't know. It's just all this shit blows my mind. It's crazy. And like, it's written down on paper that I think that that same video, it's written down on paper that basically I think that this video camera was aimed into my bedroom. But I literally showed the video of me standing in my bedroom and this video camera being aimed directly into my window. But yet she still worded it like that I think that this was happening. Like, what is that? Would a normal person be treated that way? That, like, you know, a person that doesn't have a mental disability, would they be treated that way? Like, oh, you know, well, I know you showed me a video of this person's video camera being pointed directly in your window, but are you sure? You know, like, I feel like a normal person would be given the courtesy to say, hey, yeah, no, that's not okay. That's invasive and intrusive and fucking an invasion of your privacy to aim a video camera in your marital bedroom. God forbid my fucking kids want to come in my room and jump on the bed naked, you know? Like, what the fuck? Like, why was I treated that way? I don't understand why through this whole process, this whole almost decade of going through this, why I've been treated this way. It's not right. The only thing I could think is I've been discriminated against because I have a fucking mental disorder. And that's what it is. I'm telling you, I know it is, because I've seen body cam of the Whitehall police discussing the fact that, oh, her mom's crazy, legitimately crazy. And that's passed down through, you know, through the genes or what the fuck ever. Like, what kind of fucking police officer walks up to somebody that's been harassing a person for almost a decade and says that to them? You know, that right there, like, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah, I don't know. And not just that, like, in regards to that though, like, you're saying that about my mom, and she's the reason that I have this mental disorder in the first place. Like, because of all the abuse and mistreatment that me and my brothers went through, you know, like, it's insulting, to say the least. So I don't know. And it's weird because it's the same police officer that put the first trespassing order against her, that I got a trespassing order against her when my son was like, I don't know, like a week old, 2 weeks old. And she was fucking drunk, pissing all over my yard, acting a fool. So I got her trespassed from my property. And I was like gonna go no contact, you know, and like it was the holidays and she snuck back in. That's a whole different story. But it's the principle. It's the same police officer that did that. And then you're gonna clump me in with her, like, oh, I know her. I know them. No, you don't. The only thing you know about us is that I made a good decision as a mother and I trespassed a drunk idiot from our lives. And so for you to even involve my mom into this specific incident that was taking place and she wasn't even present during, I don't know. I'm just I'm just thinking through all this stuff, and I'm talking about it because I think it helps a little bit. I don't know. I hear my son yelling. He's outside playing. I haven't been outside playing with my kids for a while. Every time I go outside, they come out and target me. They literally do. And I'm not imagining it. It actually happens. What's up, baby?
I saw Uncle Isaac's car just passed by
You did?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll stop and see us. But, yeah, I don't know. I just want, for almost a decade, my voice has just been silenced by these people. So I'm trying to be heard, I guess.